Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to World of Warship Operations for Operation Hermes here, where we have to defend this ship here, the Ruan. It's got a whole bunch of gold on it, and we need to get it safely out of enemy waters, out of hostile territory. I'm a little concerned because we are one of two battleships, us and the New Mexico, alongside the Alsace here. We do also, I think, have a Jean Bart on the other side as well. So we've got a few little bits to help, but my concern is that most of our ships are cruisers and they don't have the strength perhaps needed to survive. That being said, something like the Targo, which is a higher tier than mine, has actually got fairly similar to health to the ones I've got, but that's because it's a tier ahead as well. What on earth are you doing, New Mexico? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but cutting across us I don't think was particularly necessary. But that's okay. Looks like he's going to cut across the Otago there as well, and it's going to cause even more trouble. And we have our first enemy ship. What on earth is that New Mexico doing? He's really not doing what he should be, that's for sure. Certainly he's getting in the way a lot, and really we need to be protecting the Ruan as best possible, to be honest. We're going off that Nuremberg there. I don't think we're going to hit because we're so far away. And as it's saying that the accuracy of the guns firing during a thunderstorm will decrease, but that's okay. There'll be plenty of targets to take out once we get a little bit closer into the exchange. We'll go off that Nuremberg again, I think, or the Nuremberg again. Nuremberg? That's a Nuremberg, but there is also Nuremberg, I believe. And there we go, set on fire. I think we took out two of his torpedo turrets as well. That's going to cause him a little bit of issues, that's good. We just need to protect... The last operation didn't go very well, so this time we just need to protect the Alsace at all costs, really. Nothing else particularly matters. Let's try and get off that gate there. I don't know if the speed will be too much for our boats to cope with, or our shells to cope with. We're taking out the steering, that's a good start. I imagine they'll try heal that up. We've also got a enemy York over on the other side. So we are probably going to turn our turrets around. We're not going to turn our ship around, but we'll turn our turrets around to hopefully be on the... Is it port or starboard flank? I'm going to say it's port. That might be wrong. Okay, let's see if we can go after that enemy York there, because he's currently the biggest threat that I can see. The masts and the gate there, I'm hoping a little bit too far out to cause us any issues for the time being. But we will need to keep an eye on them. But in terms of protecting... Oh, good sir, what are you doing? This is why you don't launch torpedoes right into enemy line, or right into your own ships. Luckily, it didn't actually impact me, because I think there's no friendly fire in this, but it's also a waste of a torpedo. We're going to go off that mast just because I think it's going to cause some issues otherwise. Unfortunately, I think we missed all of those. I'm just aware that we could be torpedoed fairly soon here, so I want to try and avoid that as best I can. Those two have been dealt with, which is good. I think there will be an opportunity to heal at about the halfway point during this operation, which will be good. But I know there will be more ships coming in. There are still some Luftwaffe coming in the skies above as well, so we do need to be careful for that. But we are taking some of them down, which is good. I don't know if it's an actual aircraft carrier or if they're launching off kind of stationary bases. Right now the Alsace is kind of actually at the front, so I think we need to try help deal with this Luftwaffe as best we can. And oh, where did all of you come from? I didn't see you before. Let's organise now. That's a problem. I'm actually gonna probably turn slightly. To hopefully deal with them and maybe throw off the dive bombers slightly. I don't know if that's going to be an effective strategy or not, but it's the strategy we're taking. But I want to go off that Gunneys now, because that Gunneys now is going to cause problems otherwise. Okay, that's an incapacitation. That's some of its anti-aircraft down. We'll go off that Scharnhorst as well. So those torpedoes looking good from our colleague there in the Z-23. Even though perhaps the armour piercing would be better, I do believe that the heavy explosive shells of the British ships are just better. And we are in our favoured ship, the King George V, at the moment. Let's see if we can knock that Gneisenau out. I'm sure someone will, but I'd like to be the one who does it, and I have. Excellent. Let's turn back yonder, because we're going to... Luckily there's an island between the two of us, but still, we need to probably deal with these heavy battleships, the Tirpitz, the Scharnhorst, the Bayern. And they're definitely coming in for us. That's going to be a big whack. Luckily we managed to avoid the worst of that. I want to see if I can get the Scharnhorst again. I think it's going to be too far around the island, but we can go for the Tirpitz instead. Let's do that. We've got some torpedo bombers coming in, I think. Okay, we set him on fire, which is good. How are we doing? We're doing okay. We're roughly... We're not all of the way there yet, but we need to keep on pummeling these Bayerns and these Scharnhorsts, really. We'll go for the Scharnhorst, I think, as that's the next ship to die, it would seem. We've set it on fire 2 times, someone else will finish it off, that's not a problem. And we've also finished off the Bayern, excellent, but there's still a lot of torpedo bombers coming in. That is a bit of a concern, although I don't mind eating a torpedo for the greater good in terms of the Rouen, but we'll have to see. There's lots of torpedo bombers flying around above, and that Colonel Bolognese is quite far out, so we might need to protect them as best we can, but we're not out of the woods yet. We're only about, what, 1/3 of the way through this operation? A little bit more than that. And the Alsace is repairing, which is good, which means we're repairing as well. Excellent. That plane very nearly hit us, thank goodness it didn't. But this operation is going a lot better than the other one, that's for sure. I think I'm actually going to cut across, go the other side of the Alsace, if I can manoeuvre safely. We'll go in between the Jean Bart and the Alsace here. Just to there's quite a few heavy ships on this side. I think it'd be good to try provide a little bit more support on the other side as well. We do have some more destroyers coming in over there. Certainly the Colonel Bolognese is in a little bit of trouble because it's out of position. We'll see if we can lend a hand, but at the speed that these destroyers go, that may not be possible, but I want to try help with the enemy Luftwaffe coming in. Let's actually slow down a bit so we stay within range of the important ship, the Rouen. There's a Bayern over there I'd quite like to deal with. And so hopefully we can. We just lost our first ship. As to be expected, it was the Colonel Bolognese. Unfortunate, but we should be okay. We'll keep heading off to that Bayern, and the Rouen is on the move again. Okay, good. The one thing about this King George V is that there's an odd distribution. There's 2 turrets at the front, or 2 kind of gun turrets at the front, and then 1 at the back. So it makes for a slightly weird distribution of kind of how one fires the ship, and often you're kind of firing different guns at different times. Wow, our Hipper is in a lot of trouble there. I wonder if they took a big hit from the Bayern kind of broadside. That might be, I think, what happened. Let's keep going after that Bayern if we can. We need to turn to avoid the island. I think the Rouen is coming this way as well. Yes, it is. Good. So we're not going to go around the kind of more exposed sides of the island. That's probably a better thing in the grand scheme of things. Intelligence data received. You're ordered to attack and destroy Carrier Adler, wherever Carrier Adler is, but it's going to be providing a lot of enemy aircraft for us to deal with, that's for sure. Let's keep making sure that Bayern stays on fire. I think that shot might have been a little bit... Yeah, that shot was too far ahead. I thought it was going a little bit faster than it was, but that's okay. That Bayern's taking pummeling. I'm guessing the majority of the forces will be around the other side of this island. Did we have two... we had two Colonel Bologneses. I was wondering. It's like, I thought the Colonel Bolognese died, but it's just there's another one. And let's see if we finish that Bayern off. We can't, but someone else will. That's not a problem. There we go. Our tier 9 St. Louis has dealt with the Bayern. We've got the Prince Eugene on our other side. Interesting. I think that tier 9 St. Louis might be yeah, that's... We've got a couple of AIs with us, the St. Louis, the Jean Bart. That's okay. We will push on this left-hand side because we need to get our ship to that point up at A4 in the bottom right of the map. Or in the bottom right, as you can see. So I'm actually going to veer off slightly from the pack and hopefully act as a bit of a spotter. Although because there's this thunderstorm front, it's a little hard to see. But I think as soon as our main ship makes it, the Rouen, then we've all made it really. There's Prince Eugene. Let's engage and destroy. As well as the Hipper, and somewhere there is this aircraft carrier, although I'm not entirely sure where. We set the Prince Eugene on fire. There it is. I see it. We're going to pop our extra range, I think, our spotter plane. We do have a fire, and we're actually going to heal that, because I think we'll be okay behind this island for the time being. But I would like to start going after that aircraft carrier, if I can. Just to ensure that we get less planes coming after us. If we just constantly set it on fire, I think that would be the best option. But the distribution of our shells is not excellent, that's for sure. We probably shouldn't push too far ahead of the Rouen. It's definitely going to be a little bit of a climactic fight here at the very end. We have lost one of our ships so far. I think we'll keep going after the aircraft carrier if we can. We could probably do with armor piercing on that. I think some of our shells hit the island there. It was unfortunate. But we should just be able to keep working on that aircraft carrier pretty simply. It's a nice big slow moving target for us. We'll speed up a little bit now. The Rouen, we can act as kind of a deflection to ensure the Rouen survives, but I think it will be okay. Fire some more shots. Again, I think we're a little bit too far ahead. Yeah, we are. In terms of kind of what I was thinking, I thought it might be going a little faster, but that's okay. But I would try to destroy the aircraft carrier Adler, because that is actually a kind of side objective that we have. But I don't think we're going to be able to see them from there, so we'll go after... Oh, hello there, sir. We'll go after some of these other ships here, maybe the Nuremberg or the Hipper. Possibly the Nuremberg there, as it's getting pretty close, probably to within torpedo range. Okay, someone else destroyed it, that's fine. We do need to probably deal with these destroyers as well, purely because they might torpedo the Rouen and then be in a whole bunch of trouble. Could people stop torpedoing me? That'd be really helpful. And also stop torpedoing the Rouen as well. Sir, in the Hipper there. I mean, they were decent shots, but they were just kind of getting eaten by myself or the enemy, or the friendly Rouen. We'll go after that York there, see if we can set that alight. Just to start kind of pouring down some damage into that. We've also taken out as a rudder. Major forces of the enemy fleets were destroyed. Excellent. We haven't defeated the Adler yet, though. But the Rouen is nearly out of the combat zone. Luckily, it can still fire, even though it's a gold ship. The seems to be... I don't know if it's me and I'm running into other people, lots of people running into me. I want to try to eat some torpedoes in for the Alsatcho here. Let's go after that York if we can. 2 fires, 2 incapacitations. I'll take that as a win. But the Ruin has made it out with just over 1/3 of its health down. Excellent. That's a successful operation, unlike last time. Way. How did we do this time? Operation Hermes complete. So we made sure Battleship Ruan retains more than 50% of her HP. We saved at least 3 allied battleships. We destroyed the enemy ships. We destroyed the enemy aircraft, but we did not destroy the aircraft carrier Adler. But I think that'll be okay. We received 150,000 credits, 2,597 experience, and then 292 free experience. 86,000 damage, 47 target hits, 19 aircraft shot down, 9 incapacitations, 1 destroyed, 13 fires, because the British heavy explosive shells are good at that. And team score, we came not dead last. That's okay. As long as we're not dead last, I'll take that as a win, although we weren't that far above the Otago, just below us. But as a team, we were all quite close together anyway, although we were joint lowest on kills, but it's not always about kills. But that there has been the Hermes World of Warships operations. Thank you so much for watching. More operations to come soon indeed. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.